function of the bicep brachii is to rotate the radius around the ulna, to turn the hand, or to supinate the hand. So if you flex and feel your bicep, and then you turn your hand and feel it disengage, turn it back and feel it re-engage when flexed, you're feeling the function of the bicep, just simply turning the hand. So whenever you do a curling motion, you want to make sure that you have a full range of motion that implements the supination throughout the range, meaning turning the hand as you curl. Now, if you want to build the biggest biceps that you can, obviously you want to handle the heaviest weight. And to do that, you need to do bilateral movements with the barbell, so the traditional barbell curl. So to make sure you get this full supination, don't grasp the barbell in a death hold, but instead put the bar about centered of your palm, middle of your palm, into the groove of your thumb and finger, index finger, and then kind of loosely grab it, so that way whenever you bring it up, you can fully turn and let the bar pivot in that groove between your thumb and index finger. You'll get that tight squeeze and full supination. And so since this is bilateral and not unilateral, you'll be handling heavier weight and getting that full development. The powerlifting style bench press is the best way to build up massive triceps. The reason being because most people bench press with their elbows out 90 degrees, going straight to nipple line. This is putting way too much torque and pressure on the shoulder and smaller stabilizing muscles like the rotator cuff, increasing your risk for injury. And it's mainly putting emphasis on the smaller, weaker clavicular head of the pectoralis major. You want to do a powerlifting style, meaning you want to have transverse flexion of the shoulders and external rotation, so just pinching your shoulder blades together like you're trying to hold a pencil and rotating back. So that'll be the neutral position that you're going to keep throughout the full lift. And also you're going to make sure you have the right bench press grip width, meaning you want to have 1.5 to 2 times your biacromial width. So the acromion process at the edge of your shoulder, that bony bump, to the other one. So just simply take measuring tape, splay your shoulders out, just measure. So I'm at about 16 inches. That means I should have about 24 to 32 inches of a grip width on the barbell. And also whenever you grab the bar, you want to make sure you're not positioning the weight in free space. You want to have it towards the base of your palm. That way it's located on the column of your arm over the radius and the ulna. So it's taking away that long arm. So with this setup, you want to make sure also that you have some leg drive. So you're engaging your full central nervous system and make this a full body compound movement. So you want to splay your feet out with your toes underneath or a little in front of your knees, so that way you get leg drive pushing off the head of the bench, not lifting up, but pushing off the bench and really engaging in the lift. And finally, to make sure you're really targeting the triceps with this heavy weight, you want to make sure that your elbows are between 40 and 70 degrees. That way, whenever you lower the bar, it's not going to the nipple line, but arcing slowly, or arcing slightly, and going to the xiphoid process at the base of your sternum. So like I said, that'll take pressure off the shoulders and take emphasis off the clavicular head and onto the sternal head of the pectoralis major, and really engaging the triceps and the final push. So this will also reduce the range of motion. This will take out a lot of moment arms, and this will take off pressure from your shoulders and really keep yourself injury free and enable you to handle heavier loads for a lot more volume. Therefore, you're going to be really developing those triceps. And this is great because this is synergistic, meaning you're developing with heavy loads your neuromuscular efficiency, meaning your strength and force production, and this will translate to all other isolation movements dealing with the chest and the arms. So when it comes to the forearms, it's a little bit tricky. You have about 20 muscles in the anterior and the posterior various layers of the forearm, and they have various attributes when it comes to flexion and extension at the wrist. So it's very hard to isolate all those various muscles and their functions. So the best way to actually build up the forearms are deadlifts. Think about it, maybe an isolation hold, but whenever you progress in weight with the deadlift, you're also having to have your hands be engaged for all that time holding heavier weights. So it will engage all those muscles to maximal capacity. So you'll be building a large forearms to be able to handle that weight. So that means you should never be using straps when you deadlift. Just make sure you find a bar with little to no whip. That way you have a full range of motion, and make sure that you're using gym chalk, and also make sure the bar has aggressive knurling. So that way you don't start slipping and sliding. You can handle and hold that heavy weight. So there you have it. There are the 3 exercises you can do to build massive biceps, triceps, and forearms. So get in the gym and have fun with them. So you're the kind of person I want in the Slaven Man's Gym personal training app. I'm trying to build a community of engaged individuals that are trying their best to make a positive difference in their life, to improve their health and well-being. So I'm going to give you a 14-day free trial. You can try it risk-free, cancel anytime. And also, if you stick with it, every quarter, meaning every 3 months, I'm giving away $250 to the person that has the greatest improvement of their physical health. If you want to be rewarded potentially for the hard work that you do in promoting your own health, come join our community. We want you. And also, whenever you sign up and you get in the app, just private message me if you want to have a phone consultation. Just let me know and we can set up a time to call. So I look forward to having you in the app, and I look forward to seeing the progress you'll make with resistance training with the app. And remember, here at Slaven Man's Gym, the iron shall make you free.